Very, very good. Oh, we are live. Good morning,
Oh,
Facebook.
hello.
Paul's getting coffee.
Oh boy,
Somebody turned off his coffee
Healing,
maker.
and that's just what they did. For the past
that
3
is
years, they've been able to help
that's a
thousands of
cause
Metro
for a
Detroiters.
fight right
His
there.
name is David. He
Well,
was
there
in a
must have
car
been a
accident back
problem,
in
'cause usually you
1980.
don't
They needed
unplug
the
it,
jaws
right?
of life to
Probably
get him out.
because
Yeah.
Head injuries, neck injuries. And tell me how you discovered
Acting
Restore
up.
Wealth.
Now, why wouldn't they be requiring masks at voting?
I
Seriously,
don't
come
get
on,
that.
really?
But I don't get it. Why would
I
that
don't
be?
either. It could be
It's
lines
required
too.
everywhere else.
It's really does not make any sense at all, does it?
No. And the
No.
other question is, I already voted. We voted.
Right. I did
I
too.
did too. Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm anxious
all of
to
us
see. Did a lot of people
the
do that?
turnout. Yeah.
Right. Paul, we are live on Facebook, but we are not live yet on WJR.
Good
All
morning, Ron.
How's everybody?
Everybody's good.
We're good. How are you?
The Paul W.
Tired.
Smith Show. News
Yeah.
Talk 760 WJR.
To you, it is the 4th day of August, the 217th day of 2020. There are 149 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. Well, we've got the team together. Sounded like somebody was kissing us. Don't know what that was. But I
That's
like
Marie
it.
typing.
Marie's typing.
Ah,
Sorry.
it's a Marie
But if
kiss
you-
type
If
kiss.
you want to kiss, that's fine too.
All right. We're starting off on the right foot on this beautiful day. The team is here. Marie Osborne, as you know, in with the news and information. We also have our Dana Clark reports, traffic, weather, movies, restaurants, views, reviews, whatever she's got going on. Brian Morton in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building in the production engineer room, the booth, as we call it in the business. Kim is toes up, and our executive producer, Ann Thomas, is all in.
Good morning, Deb. Happy
Morning.
primary day.
Yes.
Happy primary day. Good reminder. I better write that down so I can keep reminding people to exercise their franchise.
I have a feeling a lot of people already have. We took a little poll this morning while you were getting coffee, and all of us have already voted.
Really?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and you know what I found in my stack of stuff last night?
What?
The paperwork to fill out for absentee ballots.
For real?
Is it too late?
Yes.
Is it too late?
Well, you can fill it out, but it's not gonna. You're still gonna have to go to the polling
I
place.
go to the polling place and then say, "Hey, here's my absentee ballot."
Yeah.
I know I stood in line the whole time and I'm here, but I went to the trouble of filling out this
Right.
absentee ballot. So
We're also puzzled about something, Deb.
what's that?
Very puzzled. We'd
What's
like
that?
to know why people are not required to wear a mask today when they go to vote.
I don't know what the loophole is, but the governor certainly believes there's a loophole, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
How about if I ask her that later this morning?
Oh,
Good
perfect.
idea. 7:48. Very
I
good
will ask
idea.
her at 7:48. Somebody remind me, quick. If you were one of the kids now, you'd say, Dad, don't forget it's 7:48.
Right.
Ask the governor. No, don't remind me now. Remind me when it's close to the time.
We'll do our best to
48,
remind you.
yeah.
Yes.
Why don't you need a mask for a vote? Yeah.
Mhm.
Or for that matter, if you're doing a Black Lives Matters or any number of other protests out there, somehow they are not as dangerous as anything else that's being done outdoors without
Well,
social distancing or masks.
Right. And yesterday, the mayor said to you that it was very difficult to get people to work at the polls today because they were worried about.
Well, who usually works at the
coronavirus.
polls? Let's face it, it's
Older
generally
Yeah.
the elderly who are giving back to their community and helping out and all of that.
Mhm.
And geez, I remember when you used to reach into a pocket and just get Kleenex and not find a mask.
I know, right?
All I wanted was a piece of Kleenex, and I got like 2 masks in my pocket to get through till I get to the Kleenex.
It's
And
so
it's-
true.
How many of us have over the weekend? I had to run to the store, and I get out of the car and I walk up to the door,
Yeah.
realizing there's no mask on my
Right.
face.
Turn
And then
around.
I'm
Yeah.
rummaging through my purse. I know I have one in there, and pull one out. I thought, wow, what
Yeah.
could come to
I came all
this?
the way back to the house after going out,
Yeah.
and heading down the road, and I went,
Mhm.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them in your
And-
glove box. I have 2 in there
I
just for
had
that
some.
reason.
I thought I had some in there, but
Yeah.
it is 5:42 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast The Piketon Massacre.
They had snuck in the night and committed these murders.
8 people dead, all from the same family.
We couldn't believe something like that would happen here.
Listen to the Piketon Massacre wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, if you were not having trouble sleeping before,
These
That's fine.
podcasts.
now that you're up and presumably staying up, let's check our WJR traffic and weather first. And Dana Clark.
I think we're going to have to do a podcast, Paul W., to counteract all this murder.
Getting
and
very
mayhem.
close. Very close.
Traffic first sponsored by Restore Wellness Center. Are you experiencing nagging body pain, tired of taking medication for relief, neck and back, arthritis, tendonitis, muscle soreness, and more? The Restore Wellness Center can help relieve or eliminate the pain completely and get you back to work. Reserve your appointment today. Call 800-935-5959 in Brighton, Shelby, and Bloomfield, or restorewellnesscenter.com. Just flooding out there in Detroit, 94 westbound at Woodward. That exit ramp is still closed. That is expected to remain closed now, they say, until the afternoon today. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Starline Mackinac Island Ferry. Hightail it to Mackinac Island on a Starline hydrojet or catamaran ferry, and now a new pirate ship, the Good Fortune. Starline offers the largest open-air boats disinfected before every trip, with fares starting at $19. Get discount tickets and vacation packages at MackinacFerry.com. That's MackinacFerry.com.
Got ourselves in real good shape now through midweek. The weather looks absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures cool, maybe a hint of early fall, or let's just call it late summer. Some clouds, otherwise sunshine dominating today. Maybe a passing shower thunderstorm, a high of only 74. Some clouds tonight, 56. Suburbs could be even cooler. Wednesday, sunny, 75. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic on News Talk 760 WJR.
Did you hear what he said?
What did he say?
Early fall.
Early fall.
Oh,
Early
Wow.
fall.
blocked it out. Yeah, it's getting dark at 9. Have you
He
noticed?
said early fall.
Yeah, it's downhill now.
Oh.
It is.
That
This
thing
has
about
been the
getting out of bed,
craziest.
I don't know. Getting out of bed.
Getting out of bed is
Overrated.
is-
We have the great Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3, Monday through Friday. He stops by first thing in the morning here, too, at 5:45.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo worried about the Big Apple, starting to dawn on the guy that economic pain is coming to Manhattan. I warned these people about this months ago. I warned them about it, folks. Cuomo told reporters that the longer people work from home, the less likely they'll want to work in the city when the shutdown's over. And he's worried that rich taxpayers who left may never return. I told him this was going to happen. Cuomo said that politicians in the old days said people would depart Manhattan if taxes went up or if the quality of life deteriorated. Well, now they're gone, but it's all because of COVID, Cuomo said, not his stupid policies, which is true. He didn't mention the skyrocketing crime rate, though. The rioting, the looting, general mayhem Democrats have unleashed, i.e. his policies. He's right to be afraid, though. In June, tax collections, New York City dropped 46%. State controller says New York hasn't seen this kind of economic decline since the Great Depression. Well, guess what, Governor? You have more to worry about than people working for home or the wealthy leaving. Corporations have figured out that they don't have to be in congested urban areas to do business anymore. They, too, may never come back to the liberal hellhole that you and your fellow Democrats created in New York. So good luck with all of it, Governor. Let us know how you make out. And by the way, folks, I have an idea. Cancel all sports. Cancel the games, NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, but let the players kneel. Just have the players kneel. And let's see what kind of audience that's there.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3, today, right here on WJR. I didn't know where he was going with that. Cancel all sports, but let the players still kneel. Oh, Rush.
Mhm.
Oh, Rush.
So pretty good day yesterday, huh, Deb?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
What an incredible day. Thanks to everyone, including UN and everybody who had anything to do with it. The whole show yesterday, we were doing it from the golf course. And God was good to us. We dodged the weather. We were very concerned about the weather. But
yes, I know.
It was fine.
It was fine. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually a wonderful day to play. And everyone on our little panel here, other than Marie, everyone played. Well, other than me and Marie. Okay, so just Ann and Dana played yesterday. But I'm glad that you played, and I'm glad you played with Trevor and the barrister.
It was so much fun.
Next year, I said I'll drive the cart.
Excellent.
We have a driver. I think I won the Ford Mustang though. I'm still waiting for it to get delivered. I didn't hear any.
Whoops. I'll tell you what, didn't expect it to be like that, but wait a second. Turn this. I'm getting some kind of a delay. It's weird. I could not believe. Whoops, sorry. We had $426,000 net dollars raised.
I had no idea we were going to be anywhere near that. You prepared me for much less.
I was hoping, but I was going to be ready for it to not be as high as it was. But because of this incredible group of sponsors and all the people behind the scenes that make it happen, from the Campbell team, Melanie Knoll, Aaron Barndollar, Taylor Mulca, Melissa Bunker, and from the Children's Foundation, Larry Burns, Doug Farrick, Kate Kessner, and Jill Nelson. These folks work very hard to make this happen, and I so appreciate that work, and so appreciate all of the sponsors at every level. For us to get to that point is really something. I was most impressed and thankful for all the people that did come, and for the Simone Vitale Band. Once again, Simone Vitale provides those players free.
Oh,
and he pays for them out of his own pocket. That's quite a donation, and we appreciate it. So, yes, thanks for asking. It went extremely well. The 17th annual. We're now at over 7.2 million raised.
Wow.
Net. Again, I always use net because that's the money that actually gets to the charity.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're hearing the Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Well, 5:49, and Rush was kind of on a rant about cities and run by, in this case, Democrats and the law and order problems. And this came over last night for the talk information. Another weekend of violence in Chicago left 9 dead, including a 9-year-old boy who police say was an unintended target. Janari Ricks was playing with friends Friday evening when a man walked up and started shooting. The 9-year-old was hit in the chest and died. 25 others were wounded over the weekend in shootings. And they say on Fox News that shootings in Chicago increased 139% in July.
Wow.
What a good time to defund the police, Chicago. Way to go. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Boy, that is a great American tragedy, all those shootings. Terrible.
Yep. And not one protest out there. Nobody's taken to the street on the carnage that's happening every weekend in most major cities. I guess they're too busy protesting something else, but not that.
Now, Deb, we talked to our Facebook Live audience about the golf outing, but we haven't shared the good news with our WJR listeners who listened yesterday morning. So give us the grand total. I think it's really impressive.
The grand total, $426,000 net dollars, which means those 4 fabulous charities will get each over $100,000, and they were so thankful and thrilled that it made us feel good for all the work to make something like that happen. And again, our big sponsors and little sponsors and everyone in between, I can't thank enough, because they knew that these charities were going to have their hands full after COVID-19. They still have their needs for the kids, in this case, about 55,000 of them that are touched by one of these 4 charities or more than one. They were going to have their needs regardless of COVID-19, regardless of anything going on. Those charities still need help.
Right.
And our wonderful sponsors stepped up, and many of them saying, even if you don't get to do the tournament, keep this money. We have it set aside for your tournament. So there it is, to take care of the kids. So we couldn't be more thankful. And I thanked our Campbell team, Melanie Knoll, Aaron Barndollar, Taylor Mulca, Melissa Bunker, and the Children's Foundation team, Larry Burns, Doug Farrick, Kate Kesner, Jill Nelson, for all of their help. We really do appreciate it.
Because the need is great. I mean, it's terrible with this coronavirus.
It's probably
Yes,
greater.
it is
right?
greater.
The need is greater.
Yep. Yep.
And lots of other fundraisers. These charities benefit from the auto show,
The charity preview.
the charity preview, and they did get some money recently, but frankly, not nearly as much as they would have gotten had we had the charity preview. But the DADA dug deep and came up with money for them as well. But so Variety Detroit, the children's charity, the Children's Foundation, the Children's Center, and the original recipient for a number of years all by themselves, the Detroit Police Athletic League. And they're still in there and still getting money for all the different things they've got going. They had just started their own fundraising and raised, if I recall, over $18 million to build the corner ballpark and all of that other stuff. So that's when we decided that they were doing real well on their own, and that we could open this up to affect more children. So now we're up to 55,000 children, and I appreciate, Ann, your donation, and playing, and Ed, and of course Trevor, and you, Dana, for coming out and playing. I didn't get a chance to ask how you both played.
Oh. Well, that was good that we didn't ask. We had a few good shots, as they say in the golf world.
Just a few. Just
a few good shots. It looked like
ones
you were
too.
having fun.
Oh, we had so much fun.
We had a great time.
And
what a wonderful course. Oh, my
Isn't
goodness.
that a great course?
Oh, fabulous. And everything was top notch. This is my first golf outing. So.
Oh, really?
Yes. It was so nice. It was so fabulous. I'd do it all over again today.
Yes.
Well, how about next year?
Next year.
Didn't they do a good job at the Detroit Golf Club?
My
Oh,
gosh.
they always do a nice
Beautiful.
job.
And they worked hard to keep us safe. And
It was
with the way they did the
organized.
food, the way they did cocktails,
Mhm.
everything was just
It was-
beautifully done. As I said yesterday, they had a great dress rehearsal for us. Of course, they had the Rocket Mortgage Classic, which of course was just set up to be a dress rehearsal before our event up there. I will say this, that club has spent a lot of money with some improvements out on the course, but inside where we usually are, and now it's closed off to people anyway, so it's a good time. They're remodeling everything there at Detroit Golf Club.
yes, it's going to be beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. And it
Really,
was
really
already
nice.
beautiful.
Yes.
It's just going to be that much nicer.
What a gem in the city that
Mhm.
club is. It's really nice.
And it's frankly why we went there, was because it was in the city. They used to have this tournament in the DC in Dearborn, and I'm not sure where else.
right.
But we decided to bring it right into the city of Detroit at Detroit Golf Club, and I'm so glad that we did. But the needs are great out there. Capuchin Soup Kitchen's having a big fundraiser. It's that annual Capuchin Super Summer Celebration jewelry raffle in honor of the late Edmund T. Ahee Sr.'s 99th birthday.
Say that again,
the
though,
theme
Dub.
this year is Heart from Apart, and we're
For
going to
the
talk
ladies.
to
Hey, Dub, for the ladies,
Ahee
could
guys
you
here.
say that again? It's
Did you
a
guys-
jewelry raffle. It's a jewelry raffle. How
It's
cool
a
is that?
Jewelry raffle.
Yes.
And it's beautiful jewelry, and the raffle tickets are cheap, and all the
Yes.
money going to the very good cause for the Capuchin Soup Kitchen, something the Ahis have supported for years. It is 5:56 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast The Piketon Massacre.
They had snuck in the night and committed these murders.
8 people dead, all from the same family.
We couldn't believe something like that would happen here.
Listen to the Piketon Massacre wherever you get your podcasts.
And listen to our WJR traffic and weather first, and Dana Clark.
Traffic First sponsored by Shelving.com. Shelving.com carries durable brand wire and metal shelving, pallet racks, and space-saving products for your business or home. They also have mezzanines, wire partition, and implant offices for your warehouse. Maximum space. Visit Shelving.com. Get 11% off at Shelving.com. They rack your world. 94 westbound at Woodward. That exit ramp was closed due to flooding yesterday. That's expected to open this afternoon. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Operating Engineers 324. Operating Engineers 324 run the heavy equipment that's building Michigan's roads. Remember to slow down, pay attention in work zones for the workers' safety and yours. OE 324. We build, we operate, we maintain. Visit OE324.org. Expecting it to feel a little cooler today, a high of 71. Clouds this morning, could see a passing shower this afternoon. Tonight, cool overnight, 58. Passing clouds. For Wednesday, hump day, sunshine, some clouds, and a high of 76. Partly cloudy, 66 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News, with Marie Osborne in about 2 minutes.
So, Dana, that AHI event that Paul's talking about.
Yes, where can I get a ticket?
Well, usually it's a huge event.
Okay.
I think they usually have it at like Comerica Park, Paul. Where do they usually have that AHI event? Isn't it
It's
big?
usually
Like,
at Comerica Park, usually, yeah.
so now this year, of
I
course,
think
they have
it's
to do it differently.
I think it's just virtual.
It is.
August 13th.
But the tickets are only, the raffle tickets are only $5. A raffle ticket.
Gotta get some
And
of
the
those.
jewelry is beautiful.
Right.
Fabulous
Right.
jewelry. It's the best deal around.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Okay, I got to write this down. I got to get some tickets.
Definitely. And,
You
you
can
know,
get
of
them
course.
right in the jewelry store. You can get them online. We'll have the information.
Oh, you can
Okay.
get them right in the store. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's where I usually get mine. But let me see here. What is this? I don't know if this would be cskdetroit.org. This Capuchin Soup Kitchen, cskdetroit.org. That might have some info.
Okay.
But I know you can get them right at the store too.
Thousands of dollars in jewelry.
And they do this.
Right.
They do this every year.
Okay.
They donate that. Generally, it's a big party that's free, and they have bands, they have fireworks, they have a lot of stuff at Comerica Park. It's beautiful, and this raffle includes over $30,000 worth of jewelry provided by Edmund T. Ahey Jewelers.
Yeah,
So,
pretty amazing deal.
You can visit ahe.com or go on Facebook, Ahey Jewelers.
Okay.
To view the live drawing, winners will also be contacted by phone. This started years ago. The Edmund T. Ahey Endowment Fund for Hunger. So anyway, I can't believe Mr. Ahey would have been 99. He was such a great guy.
And I think it's being done on his birthday, right, this year, in his honor.
It is in his honor for his 99th birthday.
Yeah,
I don't know if
very
that's
nice.
the actual day of his birth. I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know for sure.
Very
What
nice.
else is happening?
I see Michigan State is encouraging students to work from home.
Michigan State.
Michigan State. Dr. Stanley has issued a statement. Now, he's a doctor, and so is his wife.
Okay.
And so he says, if you can, he'd like the students to work from home, work online. So that's kind of big news.
That's all. They're all going to go that way.
You think so?
Yep. I'm afraid so, because I think it's really important to get folks back into school. It's also important to keep people alive, and I wouldn't want to be the person making that call.
Yeah.
Frankly.
How about the news about Matthew Stafford?
Yeah. Did they say he has it?
Yeah, they do. They do now. First, he was on the COVID list, whatever that meant. That could have meant that he was exposed or with somebody who later found to be.
Right.
But now I believe they've said.
Yes.
I don't want to give misinformation, but I'm certain I heard
right,
on
Deb.
television that they said it definitely he has it.
That's what I saw too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of scary when you start to see the big names.
Right, because you would think he would be especially secluded. You know what I mean? Not going out often, just had a baby. A few weeks ago, I think they just had a baby. Right. There's no rhyme or reason how this works.
I just don't know.
There is no rhyme or reason. It's true.
It had been so politicized, and then it was spun around, and then it turned out to be worse than people really knew. And I'm talking about Fauci and Birx and all the people who are supposed to know. It was far worse than they knew. They said, we've seen the videos too many times. Well, no, I don't think we really have a lot to worry about, blah, blah, blah. Well, there you are. Maybe we didn't have a lot to worry about, but I'm worried to death. And I think a lot of people are. On the other hand, are we overreacting? Is it time to start opening things up and going back using care, masks, hand washing, social distancing? It's hard to say. I can tell you this. You go out in public with the best of intentions, and then I get swarmed oftentimes. And people want to hug, and they want all kinds of stuff. And I'm going, yeah, well.
I know. Right. It's hard.
And once you're already embraced, and it's like, okay, now what? I mean, it happened. There we are. So
I must be thinking about it a lot, because the other night I had a dream that I was hugging people.
Really? Oh, what a dream.
Well, as long as it was us that you were
of course
hugging.
it was.
You had a dream.
But it's hard not to hug people you love.
It is, and to keep your distance.
I'm a hugger.
I'm a hugger too.
I'm a hugger, and it's very difficult.
It's awkward too.
It is, because you feel like you should be like,
right.
How many of us have done? We've done air hugs. So we go, hey,
but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
No,
like I haven't seen you in months. I couldn't even hug you yesterday. Either one of you. That was weird.
It is very weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Very odd time. It's a very odd time.
Yeah, like even my own parents. I don't hug my parents.
Well, I haven't hugged your parents in months.
Me either.
I know.
They're doing good.
They're hanging in there.
Good.
Yes.
It's all we can hope for everybody.
Right. Yes.
They hang in there.
Well, same with your mom. Same with your mom, Paul.
Yeah. 94, plugging away.
Wow.
She's up now to make sure we're all alive, and then she'll go back to sleep.
A true mom. That's what a true mom would do.
Once a mom, always a mom.
Yes, absolutely.
That is the truth.
Yes.
We're going to talk to the editor, Gary Miles, from the Detroit News. And before you think I set this up because I do a column in the Monday Detroit News, I didn't even know about it.
I set it up. I take credit.
I looked at it last night on my rundown. I said, what in the world is this?
How about that story, though? That's interesting.
It is. You know what? I find this Gary Miles refreshing in his honest approach to doing his job. He's basically saying, hey, folks, we have an opportunity to save the newspaper or not. Because newspapers have been going the way of the dodo bird a lot lot of places.
So
and I think that's unfortunate, because I love newspapers.
I do too, but I have a controversial comment about that.
Alert the media and Thomas.
I usually don't say
anything
controversial
comment.
But why didn't they do this a long time ago? You know what I mean? Because early on, when you offer something, well, they're actually
what they're going to do is
explain to Dana.
No, you go ahead and tell her, Ann. They're going to start charging for the internet access that we've all gotten for free, and that you don't get free in other markets.
Well, some of the content will be still.
Okay.
But
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760 WJR.
Good Tuesday morning to you. It is the 4th of August, the 217th day of 2020. There are 149 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. Imagine this, though. August 4th, 1944, 15-year-old diarist Anne Frank was arrested with her sister, parents, and 4 others by the Gestapo after hiding for 2 years behind a wall inside a building in Amsterdam. I've been to that building in Amsterdam. It is as powerful as you might imagine it would be when you think of the family that had to live behind that wall, fearing for their lives every day for 2 years. They were finally arrested, and Anne Frank and her sister Margot died at the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. Part of our history, not to be forgotten and not to be repeated. 6:07, the team is here. Thank you, Marie, for the news. All the news we need, and even some we don't need. We appreciate all the news. Dana Clark with our traffic and weather first, and opinion and movies and restaurants and everything else. Dana, thank you very much.
Good morning.
Brian Morton in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, holding down the fort rather literally. Kim is still toes up. It was a very long day yesterday, busy and long day, but a good day where we raised over $426,000 net dollars for the 4 children's charities of the Paul W. Smith Golf Classic. And we thank our sponsors again and again for making it possible. Under the worst of conditions, it all went well and safely, as far as we can tell. We did everything we were supposed to. And we're now going to help lots of people because of our WJR listeners and sponsors. We appreciate it. Ann Thomas is our executive producer, overseeing it all.
Good morning,
I too want to know what's behind the blinds.
Just a window. Happy primary day.
Just a window?
Just a window into the world.
Oh, nice.
Ann wants to know why, when you go vote today,
yes,
and I hope you will, why, of all places, of all things, you don't need a mask there. When, by the way, the people who do show up to help at these polling places generally are smack dab in the middle or beyond the bad age for COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
So why in the world would we say masks everywhere? It's got to be something to do with people saying that you're infringing on their constitutional right to vote.
Yes, I think you're right.
Got to be something like that.
Right.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's like having a constitutional right not to wear a helmet and leaving your brains all over the highway.
Or a seatbelt.
Not having to wear a seatbelt and ejecting through the windshield out to the front of your car because of the crash. There's all kinds of things that people fight for. And I'm not exactly sure what they're getting when they don't have to wear a helmet and they don't have to wear a seatbelt and all the rest of it.
Isn't it going to be
sick
interesting?
is what they're getting now.
Well, exactly. Isn't it going to be interesting, though, to see the numbers in the next couple of days? How many people voted by mail? How many people actually vote in person?
How many people are there in the state of Michigan? What's our...
Oh, that's a good
10
question.
million?
10 million. I think 10 million is a very good, accurate figure.
10 or
I
11.
now have a prediction on how many people have voted by mail. Hang on.
Getting your calculator.
Well, I thought we had that number yesterday. I thought.
Oh, did we?
Hang on.
No, she's close. Marie, it is about 10 million.
All right, here it is.
Well, let's see what Dub's going to tell us.
Oh.
The number of people who have voted by mail in Michigan, a state of 10 million people, will be 10,250,000.
Oh, no.
Not counting those who are dead.
Is this your absentee ballot?
10,250,000. Not counting those who are dead who are voting more than once.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. I love these stories on the various the CNNs, the MSNBCs, which I really don't see very often, but the ones now where there was some woman, I pray she wasn't a congressperson or whatever, but she was going, I can't wait to see when the military has to come in to drag Donald Trump out of the White House. What kind of dreams does this woman have? What kinds of fantasies? It's scary. She was beside herself with joy, looking forward to watching the president being dragged out of the White House by the military. What country does she want to be a part of? Oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah, that's not happening here.
Well, I hope and pray not.
Yeah, no, we don't have to resort to that.
We Henry Ford won't partake in COVID-19 drug debate. Because it's so politicized. They came out with a study saying that it worked, that they tried out on their trials, the hydroxychloroquine and a whole bunch of other things. And they said there was a good result, and no one wants to accept that. At least the president understands this one, because he said there's so much press against that drug because he came out for that drug. If he was smart, he should come out and say, I'd vote for Joe Biden.
Right. Right. Oh, boy.
It's kind of interesting, though. I tried to get a guest on from Henry Ford for this morning to talk a little bit more about all of the back and forth.
They're not participating in that.
They are not going to say another word.
I think they're brilliant. They don't need to get involved in the politics. They did not do a political study of a drug. They did a drug study of a drug, and they did it right. And they continue to use it to see if it keeps first responders from getting COVID-19 in the first place. This is all excellent work. It's just so politicized that people can't even accept it. It's crazy. 613 WJR.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Mark your calendars. Express Employment Professionals is once again hosting National Interview Day on August 6th. This special event supports hiring as businesses continue to reopen and business ramps back up. Apply online today. Visit ExpressPros.com/interview day to find a location near you.
We have our conversation with the mayor from yesterday. We'll get it for you if you missed it. That'll be coming up here in just a moment. But right now we have our WJR traffic and weather first. Miss Dana Clark.
Right now, just looking at that flooding, Paul, W90 for westbound at Woodward, that exit ramp was closed yesterday, expected to open this afternoon. Hines Drive, both directions between Outer Drive and Ann Arbor Trail, closed due to flooding. Please avoid the area. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel.
Not much in the rain bucket. Seeing a few clouds this morning as we go through the day. Just an isolated shower thunderstorm at a very pleasant 74 degrees, about 10 below average. Mid-50s tonight. Some of the suburbs even cooler. Sunshine tomorrow, 75. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stitchik on News Talk 760 WJR.